Anyone who has seen my page before knows how much I love Naruto, but when I tell you that this fandom is the dumbest fandom I have ever seen, I fully mean that shit.
DC Does Physics is absolutely correct here. Now, I do want to mention, what we say may sound harsh, but the Naruto community has a problem. Now, he covers two specific things. The first one, of the sheer stupidity of the fact that people are legitimately trying to make the claim that Tsunade is like an illegitimate daughter of Hashirama, even though it's directly stated that she's his granddaughter. Or that some people argue in a power scaling side that normal shinobi like regular Genin or maybe even Chunin are multi-continental. Listen, I'm not getting into that crap, but I will talk about this. As someone who's dealt with the very uninformed side of the community, who have been led astray by certain Naruto content creators who are essentially just bad actors, by the name of someone like Daigo Knight, or maybe even Nick Connor. If you don't hear me hate on Nick Connor in a Naruto or Boruto video, I've been paid off. As someone who's trying to remove a lot of this misinformation and fight against it in the community, I have made multiple videos debunking Naruto plot holes. And when I tell you, not a single one that anyone ever brought up in that comment section was a plot hole, I am not shitting you. And when I tell you that 90% were either from Nick Connor's old videos or off Reddit, I'm also not fucking with you. It's legitimately upsetting, to be honest, because every single thing they brought up could be found in either the manga, weren't plot holes in the first place by definition, or reasoned out if you have a basic understanding of Japanese society or Japanese mythology. So we're going to cover the biggest one that everyone yaps about, Chapter 1, Naruto failing the test 3 times. And being the same age as Sasuke. Okay, so let's get into this. Do you know how the Japanese school system works? Or how some of them do, at least? There are 3 major tests in the year, all called finals. So a Japanese man took inspiration from the schooling systems he went to create his own schooling system in his fictional series. Yeah, it's just that simple. A cursory Google search will provide these information for you. If Japan takes 3 tests in a year, imagine that they do. But even if they didn't, it is not a contradiction for me to go, well, there's no evidence saying that these tests happen once a year. They just happen 3 times in a year. The last one is the only one that's required you to become a ninja. It's just if you don't pass the other 2, you look kind of shitty. Perfectly fucking consistent in the series. No inconsistency is made up. And since an inconsistency in the series or the narrative is what a plot hole is by definition, and this does not fit that, therefore it's not a plot hole. Look at that. I debunked a plot hole in like 30 seconds. Awesome. Without even bringing up a single manga panel. That's OverGoat for you. Now, the Naruto fandom has more than just that as an issue. It is a reading comprehension and a lack of actual reading the source material problem. Now, I'm going to give you my real thoughts. How can you be considered an actual fan of the series itself if you've never read the source material or consumed the source material? You can't. In my personal opinion, you just fucking can't. You could be a fan of the Naruto anime, you're just not a fan of the series. And what I mean by this is you can kind of think of it as, you wouldn't call somebody a fan of Harry Potter, like a true fan of Harry Potter, without reading the books. You're just a fan of the movies. Now, of course, with Harry Potter, there's no real problem with that. The movies pretty consistently cover the same material with the books, and they don't really add their own narrative into it, or they don't really character assassinate anyone in it, except maybe Ron Weasley. But unlike with Naruto, where, like, there was so much different shit that did not happen in the source material, that's not just like filler episodes. There are filler scenes in the anime in canon episodes, or at least cover canon material. How the fuck do you do that shit, bro? This isn't fucking One Piece. So in other words, you're going to absorb false information because you're viewing a worse adaptation. It looks good, but it is objectively the worst way to consume the series to understand it, except off through like YouTube short clips and TikTok clips. Like, okay, that's worse, but you know what I fucking mean. And 90% of these supposed plot holes that you guys are thinking of are literally coming from the anime. And don't even get me started on how Sakura is absolutely character assassinated in that fucking anime. Absolutely destroyed as a character. Shit didn't happen in the manga, but, you know, whatever. Whatever. That is for another video incoming whenever I can get to it. Now, I do want to mention, you do not need to be on the level of someone like Kap'nKat, Six, Swagkage, or Royce, Kap'nKat and Royce being my boys, to, like, understand the series. You don't need to be like them where they can pretty much give them a little bit of info and they'll be able to do something bullshit like, oh yeah, that's happened in chapter 694, page 12. Like, you don't need to be that level. You just need to be able to read the series, read it a few times to absorb all the information. And then you can have a legitimate conversation with people who have also done the same and understand the series at least to the lowest level intellectually. Otherwise, the people who are informed are just going to call you out on your bullshit and maybe, probably, actually, to be honest, I'm a little shitty, I'll probably clown on you too. Now, I know this video has sound like nothing but vitriol and hatred towards the Naruto community, but I'm one of you guys. I just want us to be better. And the issue is, there are at least, for sure, 2 big bad actors in our community that are spreading nothing but misinformation and weird fan theories that hold no relevance. Like, there's some weirdness going on. Now, I'm going to need you guys to sub to this YT. If you made it this far, let's be honest, you're subbing, bro. Yeah, you're subbing or you're hate watching. It's got to be one of those two. You got to help me out. Because you already helped me out with watch time, so if you're hate watching, you might as well subscribe anyway. And if you like me, and you like what I've been talking about, maybe you should subscribe. Maybe you should check out some of my other videos. They'll pop up somewhere. And, yeah. And as always, may the Supreme One, Einzul Gon, bless your day. OverGoat out.